Is this roster enough? And I'm going to have Jason Dominguez highlights because, man, oh, man, do we love Jason Dominguez. Is this roster enough? Right? We talk about the team that we have right now, currently healthy, on the field, what they're producing, maybe what they're some players that are underproducing, some players that are overperforming. Maybe we could expect to find some sort of medium ground from what we expect out of them, also to what they're producing right now, if that makes any sense. But also I want us to look at mainly players returning. All of these, what Brian Cashman likes to call trade deadline acquisitions. Our team is 20-13. Man, Donnie, I love the attitude you have. This roster is enough. Absolutely. We're 20-13. Let me remind you, competing for first place. I know we're not in first place right now, but for the majority of the season, we've been in first place. Against a good division. Boston, the Rays aren't performing great, but against the Boston Red Sox that are essentially resurging, Orioles that are performing to what we expect them to perform. Let me remind you that, again, we're battling for first place and really have been mainly dominant this year in first place with these players returning from the IL. We have 5 pitchers, 4 of them bullpen arms, 1 of them a starter. One of them, I was reading my notes here and it's a little bit confusing. One of them is our ace. Not just our ace, but MLB's ace. Like, if there was a unanimous Cy Young, both just MLB Cy Young, not AL, not NL, Cole would have won that last year. He was hands down the best pitcher last year. And for years, you could argue he's been the best pitcher in baseball. He's had some rough patches, but man, he is in his prime. He is a pitcher's pitcher. He is MLB's Cy Young, MLB's ace. He is expected to return in June, which we're a month away. News came out today that he's now doing bullpen sessions, pitching from the mound, which is so exciting. We don't have our ace. Can you guys wrap your head around that? That we do not have our ace. We're going to be acquiring an ace this trade deadline. Canely, which is a great against lefties. He's high leverage coming back this month, possibly. And then both returning in the summer of 2024, so around June, July, maybe August. But when it matters, when our bullpen maybe starts getting depleted, these 2 guys will be returning. Lou Trevino, which I would say is a middle reliever. If he's on one, maybe he could be a late inning guy. Scott Effross, which when he was healthy, he was good for us, but he's been injured. He's a high leverage guy, I think. And then we also got Nick Birdie returning this month as well in May. All of these guys, and Nick Birdie, we know what he could do. He didn't do too great in his last few starts. I thought that maybe have been because he was struggling with an injury, maybe struggling with soreness, whatever the case may have been. But other than that 1 or 2 outings, Nick Birdie has been great. We know his stuff. He could do really, really good. Those are 4 relievers. Reliable in terms of talent. I don't know about health, hence why they're on the IL. Cole. Oh my gosh. And the great thing about Cole's timetable coming back in June is that when he gets well and comfortable in the MLB, that's going to be right around when we get to the end of August and when games most matter in the postseason. He's not going to have that tired arm that a lot of other starters are going to have. So, I know there's a bunch of ways where you could positively flip it. And let me actually get some Cole highlights here, maybe. Cole. Since we're talking about the pitching. But we have so many great guys returning. And that's just the pitching. Let me remind you that we have essentially a whole infielder roster that's injured as well returning. Including Vivas, which I didn't even think about. What up, Ed? Ed says this roster kicks butt. Okay. I respect the opinion. I know the 4-game series with the Orioles was not the best, but this roster, kicks butt in a good way. Love it. Okay, cool, Ed. I know we didn't have a great, basically saying we didn't have a great 4-game stretch against the Orioles, but this roster, kicks butt. I just take it as it's probably just a confidence builder for next time. Yeah, I think this is baseball. Any team at any point can win a series. The Orioles just lost a series to the A's. Does that mean the A's are better than the Orioles? No, does not. Look at their record. Now, if you were to tell me that the Yankees were to compete for first place again with the Orioles, arguably we were talking about last year and even this year being the better teams in baseball, sign me up. So we're right on track of what I would hope and expect from the Yankees. Have these last few games not have been fun to watch? Absolutely. But let's not listen. Some of these Yankee fans that are getting way out of hand thinking that this season is over, fire, boom. People are legit saying that on Yankees Twitter. Maybe I'm new to Twitter and I just need to get used to it. But man, is it frustrating. But by the way, if you haven't followed me on Twitter, make sure you follow me on X/Twitter, Bronx_banner. Shameless plug as always. But yeah. I know this Orioles series was not super fun to watch, but for our offense. But we just got out of a fun series against the Brewers, which again also is a great team, and at the time it was a first place team. I don't know if there still are; they may still be. But we still got a whole infield returning. Yorbit Vivas, which could be a great bench piece. We have Birdie that's expected to return literally soon, in the next couple of days, is going to be coming back. Jason Dominguez, the one, the only, is coming back as well. You got Oswald Peraza, which I know not a lot of us have even maybe remembered him or maybe super excited about him. But we talk about our defense being a little bit of an issue in the middle infield, especially with Gleyber. Peraza is going to help with that. I'd argue that right now, I mean, a lot of people could agree with me. With a healthy Peraza, he's going to be producing better offensively than what Gleyber Torres has been giving us so far. So maybe there's a reason to maybe once we get Peraza back, if the Yankees see him, I'm going to go with a little bit of a hot take. If the Yankees have Peraza in and they actually let him play and he's playing well, they're letting Oswaldo play third. I know it's because we have a lot of injuries. You have Peraza playing well as well. A lot of Wells in there. Austin Wells has been doing good, by the way. By the trade deadline, it may be a hot take. Who knows if we may want to trade away Gleyber. Or we run it with Gleyber and Peraza. Peraza being infield platoon. But then what are you going to do with Birdie? There's a lot of questions, but a lot of good questions to ask because we got so many guys returning. Peraza's coming back with great defense. Birdie's got great defense. Dominguez got great defense. DJ's got great defense. All of our good defensive infielders are on the IL. Jason Dominguez, I know, is an outfielder, but still. I know Volpe's won a good glove, but he's had his fair share of errors that some of these guys aren't going to make as frequent. Though I love Volpe and his defense. Still, just got to be real. Birdie's returning. Dominguez is returning. Peraza and DJ. Come on. You got to expect that one of these four guys are going to produce well for us offensively. Come on. I'm not doing it, but I'd put any amount of money that at least one of these guys are going to help us offensively. We're not going to call all of these guys in our roster and all of them are just going to be bad. Especially in comparison to, being real. I love Judge, and I know he's going to turn around, but being real with what Judge has been giving us and especially what Gleyber has been giving us. So I know all of these, we got 10 guys on the IL. 5 of them pitchers, 5 of them position players that I know has got to turn it around and help us at least a little bit to get a couple of more wins in there. And again, we're still 20-13, which is a respectable, good record, which will put us in first place in a lot of other divisions. Great. Yes. Donnie Clark says lots of depth. Brandon Moore, what's up? Brandon Moore says David Yankees just got punched in the mouth by the Orioles, but just doesn't mean we don't give up. Exactly, Brandon. Love the energy. You always got great energy in the comments. Love the energy. Yes, we did get punched in the mouth, but what does Rocky Balboa say? It's not about how hard you get hit, but it's about how hard you get hit, get back up, and keep on pushing forward. I know I butchered that, but that's exactly what it is. How are the Yankees going to respond? Let's look at it in this next series. Hype me up, Brandon. Let's go. If the Yankees could come back and have a dominating series, let me see who they're playing against. I'm going to brush that Orioles series under the rug because that shows this team has perseverance. This team has that camaraderie. We got Verdugo back. Let me remind you, we had a hot bat in Verdugo that was completely absent as well. Let the Orioles team see not even a offense that's on fire, but just if all of our guys could play to expectation, the Orioles pitching is not going to be able to handle it. I'm not worried about it. They just caught us at the right time. And yes, I'm being a little bit emotional when I'm saying a lot of this, but also it's pretty true. Let's see who they're playing against. Yankees. I'm going to just type in Yankees. It should pop up with the game today. Yankees schedule right here. Is it the Blue Jays? And I didn't know about this? No, hold on. Oh my gosh. Wait, no. What am I doing? Sorry, guys. Sorry for the delay. Detroit. Which Detroit has been playing a good brand of baseball. So if we could, or fair enough brand of baseball. They had a hot start, and then they've been kind of getting back to the means. But they're not as bad as what they were the last 2 years. So still respectable team if we were to take a series from them. So, and if you liked today's episode, please make sure you subscribe down below. It'll truly mean the world. Check out what YouTube suggests will be a great video for you. And also, The Martian wants you to subscribe. Judge wants you to subscribe. So make sure you do. And until next time, peace and be blessed.